Did you know that fewer than 1 in 100 cars ever tick past 300,000 miles? Most vehicles bow out long before 500,000, not because they're fundamentally flawed, but because drivers treat maintenance like a chore instead of a devotion. If you want your car to defy the odds, rolling into the next decade with its engine purring like new, you'll need to adopt a mindset that treats every fluid, filter, and fastener as sacred. Today, I'm revealing the 15 proven habits that will push your odometer past 300,000 miles while keeping repair bills to an absolute minimum. What you do in the next 10 seconds will determine whether your car becomes a mile legend or scrap metal. Habit 1, don't listen to manufacturer recommendations on oil changes. You've heard the marketing. 15,000-mile intervals. Less hassle, more savings. But here's the truth. Fine print exists for a reason. When you push synthetic oil past 5,000 miles, you risk sludge buildup, worn seals, and premature wear on critical components. Seasoned pros recommend a full synthetic at least every 5,000 miles, especially if you tow, crawl in stop-and-go traffic, or live in a hot, dusty climate. Next, everyone knows to never skip the oil filter. A fresh filter captures microscopic debris that can hollow out bearings over time. These two normally get done together. Figure out how many miles you drive on average, then set a biannual reminder before summer heat or winter cold to swap oil and filter together, no exceptions. An oil change normally ranges between $45 to $120 depending on the car, but changing oil is just the beginning. Headlining the next habit will protect the rest of your powertrain. Habit 2. Regular inspections keep you ahead of problems. Schedule a thorough inspection with your trusted mechanic at least twice a year. If you drive 10,000 miles a year, you'll be in the shop twice a year for oil changes anyways. Have them do the inspection then. They'll check belts, hoses, brake components, suspension joints, and more. Spots you can't easily see. Catching wear or leaks early prevents roadside breakdowns and saves you from major repairs. Think of it as a health check for your car. The small fixes they make today keep you safely rolling tomorrow. Mechanic actionable tip. Make sure your inspection report includes photos and a detailed breakdown of each issue, why it needs replacement, its repair priority, and whether it's a safety or breakdown concern, so you fully understand what must be done and why. Habit 3. Gentle warm-up and no cold revving. Revving a cold engine forces thick oil off bearings, causing metal-on-metal wear. Instead, let it idle for 30 to 60 seconds after cold startup. Then drive below 3,000 RPM until the temperature gauge climbs. Subaru and Nissan owners, watch for that blue, cold light. It tells you when it's safe to open the throttle. Some people do not recommend driving the car until it warms up fully, but so long as you're gentle, the engine will be fine. Bonus habit. Meticulous logbook. Record every fluid change, filter swap, and repair with date and mileage. When a mechanic sees a well-kept log, they won't push unnecessary services on you. And when it's time to sell, buyers pay a premium for documented care. Use this simple notebook or app. The habit costs nothing but saves everything. Carfax also has a good app that helps keep track of every service and will send you reminders. Habit 4. Environmental protection. Undercarriage washes. Road salt, mud, and grime accumulate under your car, accelerating rust on brake lines, suspension arms, and the frame. In snowy regions, wash the undercarriage monthly. Near the coast, rinse it every season. A high-pressure spray nozzle can reach hidden cavities. Don't skip this or you'll pay the price in rusted parts and brake failures. Actionable tip. Powertrain preservation. Habit 5. Transmission fluid. Most drivers ignore the transmission until it slips or clunks, and by then, you're replacing the whole unit. Unlike engine oil, transmission fluid doesn't self-replenish. It slowly oxidizes, hides metal particles, and turns into liquid sandpaper. Smart owners perform a drain and fill every 30,000 to 40,000 miles, or every 2 to 3 years if you clock low annual miles. Remember, never do a full flush on a unit with unknown service history. You'll dislodge debris that's ironically propping worn clutches together. But something is better than nothing. Get some new fresh fluid inside the transmission. Some transmissions need a transmission filter, which will make the service more expensive, but necessary. Actionable tip. Use only OEM fluid. Toyota US for Toyotas. Honda ATF DW1 for Hondas. Generic blends aren't worth the risk. Get the transmission fluid changed as early in the car's life as possible. It will save you headaches in the future. Cost. To drain and fill the transmission, it will normally cost on average $150 to $350, depending on the car. If the filter needs to be replaced, it can range from $350 to $450. Habit 6. Coolant flushes. You'd think coolant lasts forever, until it doesn't. After 5 years or 50,000 miles, modern long-life coolants turn acidic, corroding water pumps, gaskets, and heater cores from the inside. Left unchecked, that acidity can eat a head gasket for breakfast. Flush your system every 5 years or 50,000 miles and refill with the correct anti-corrosion formula for your engine. If you spot a low coolant level in your coolant reservoir in the engine compartment and have a mysterious coolant loss, take it in for a checkup. Low coolant could be caused by a leak, or worse, a bad head gasket. Cost: a coolant flush will range anywhere between $210 to $450, depending on the state you live in, the type of car, and the type of fluid used. Habit 7. Serpentine belt replacement. That long, ribbed belt winding around your engine's pulleys drives your alternator, power steering, AC compressor, and water pump. And when it snaps, you'll be stranded with a dead battery, overheated engine, and no power steering. Most manufacturers recommend replacing the serpentine belt every 60,000 to 100,000 miles, or about every 5 to 7 years, whichever comes first. Since age, heat, and oil contamination all accelerate its wear, don't wait for cracks, glazing, or a squeal under hard acceleration. Swap it on schedule to avoid being stuck on the side of the road. Actionable tip: whenever you replace the belt, also inspect, and if needed replace, the tensioner and idler pulleys. Costing only a few dollars more now will save you the hassle of a second labor charge later. Cost: depending on the car, but normally, it will cost between $250 to $450. Those 3 powertrain habits alone will sidestep tens of thousands in major repairs. But let's shift attention to the spark that makes your engine run. Ignition and fuel system care. Habit 8. Spark plugs. A worn plug can rob you of up to 30% fuel economy through misfires and incomplete combustion. Iridium plugs last longer, up to 100,000 miles, but even they deserve inspection at 60,000. Watch for rough idles, slow starts, or that faint smell of raw gas. Actionable tip: check your owner's manual, but don't hesitate to refresh plugs early if you spot symptoms. Habit 9. PCV valve replacement. The PCV valve keeps dangerous vapors out of your crankcase. When it sticks, you'll face oil leaks, high crankcase pressure, and a quart per 1,000-mile oil burn that can cost $1,000 in gasket failures. Replace it every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. Habit 11. Brake fluid flush. Brake fluid is hygroscopic, which means the fluid will attract moisture. Over 3 to 5 years, it can absorb enough water to drop its boiling point, meaning that it will turn your braking system into a spongy pedal feel, an unreliable hazard. Flush every 2 to 3 years and use a simple tester tool to measure moisture level. The moment it reads over 3%, it's time. A moisture level reader can be found on Amazon. Search brake fluid tester. Habit 12. Differential and transfer case service. These gearboxes carry the torque that turns your wheels, and over time their heavy-duty oil breaks down. For rear and all-wheel drive vehicles, change differential fluid every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. Actionable tip: keep drain and fill plugs snug, but never over-tightened. Wiggle them by hand before torquing to spec. With power in and power out sorted, let's move on to the data your engine depends on. Habit 13. Mass airflow, MAF sensor cleaning. Your MAF sensor measures incoming air, but dust and oil buildup throw off its hot wire readings. Symptoms range from hesitation to stalling. Clean it with dedicated MAF cleaner, never brake or carb cleaner, every 30,000 miles, or at the first sign of trouble. Actionable tip: after cleaning, clear any check engine codes with an OBD2 scan to reset fuel trim. Habit 14. Tire alignment. Misaligned wheels chew through tires up to 30% faster and slurp an extra 10% of fuel. If your steering poles or tire edges look uneven, get an alignment. Professionals use laser rigs to set the perfect camber, caster, and toe. Actionable tip: aim for an alignment check every 15,000 miles or immediately after installing new tires. Habit 15. Tire alignment. Misaligned wheels eat tires up to 30% faster and gouge fuel economy by 10%. If your car drifts to one side or you feel uneven steering pull, get aligned. Professionals use laser rigs to set camber, caster, and toe precisely. It's a $75 investment that repays itself in extended tire life and comfy handling. You've just unlocked the 15 habits that separate 500,000-mile legends from the rest of the pack. Embrace them, and your car will repay you with decades of reliable service. No overhaul needed. But even these strategies miss one hidden killer quietly chewing up your cooling system. In the next video, I'll reveal that secret and the 5-minute fix that saves thousands. Until then, subscribe and hit the bell. You won't want to miss what's coming next.